Oh shit, I can actually look in here. Oh, thank fuck. Nylon covered notebook and a black ballpoint pen. Yo, measuring tape. I can grab shit with that. Some safety pins inside the drawer. Now, this is a definite plus. I'm pretty sure one of these will come in handy. Safety pin. First aid kit. Hopefully I won't end up needing this. Alright, I got more shit. Let's see what I need. I can probably combine these two. Attach the threaded safety pin. Now I have a threaded safety pin. Okay, that's probably the thing I need to use because it's the, you know, it requires actually, you know, combining thing and using the new mechanic. Alright, let's rock. Do it. Something shiny between the dresser and the chest of drawers. There's something with this. Some thread attached. Safety pin looks like it's perfect for getting the thing out. Oh shit! Hell yeah! Come on, get under it and lift. Lift. Yeah. Hell yeah! Perfect. Got it. Look at how smug he looks. Now perhaps I can put an end to this whole mess. Not as smug as the first game though. They nerfed his smugness. Yo, Mary. I got your shit, Mary. What is it? So does this look anything like the ring you claim was stolen? You found it? Yeah, didn't even break a sweat. I'm no expert on jewelry, but this looks like a pretty decent ring even to me. Definitely impressed by the big stone on it. Mr. Hyde, I found my ring. Please hand it to me now. What's got into her all of a sudden? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell. I'm just keen to get my property back. It never was gone to begin with. I guess you are. That's it. That's my ring. So that puts an end to it. Looks like you wanted to hang the wrong man after all when you blamed Tony. Yes, I'm not exactly proud of myself either. I mean, I did kind of jump to the wrong conclusion. It happens. I just lost it when I noticed my precious ring had gone. Must be really special if you're that protective. But that still brings the question, who the fuck opened her door? Who was sniffing her panties when they came in here? I'm assuming that's what you do when you break into a woman's room. And you're doing nefarious shit. You're either stealing shit or doing, you know, sex crime. It's one of the most treasured things I have. It was a present from my older brother before he passed away. Mary reaches for the photo on the bookshelf. I suppose I'd better go and patch things up with Mr. Wolf. Not sure if I could face him right away, though. I'm still pretty embarrassed. He's bound to fly off the handle and start shouting at me again. Can't say I don't deserve it. What should I do? Give him the ring as an apology. Tell you what, I'll have a word with him. See if I can't smooth things over a bit. Thank you, Mr. Hyde. Here, you might as well take your stuff back too. Won't be needing it now. You got your ring back. Bullshit. Keep that shit. Mine now. I'll see myself out. Thanks again. I leave Mary's room. Yo, Tony. Tony, what is it, man? Found the ring in Mary's room. Seriously? You got it? It's fallen down the side of a dresser. I knew it. I knew she got her facts all wrong. She also said she's sorry. Yeah, like that's gonna be enough to clear the air. About time I started hearing some serious apologies. I think you should go easy on her, Tony. She's really embarrassed and not exactly proud of what she said. Perhaps you should just let it slide this time. But you heard what she said about me, right? Come on, Tony. We're all gonna be clearing out of these apartments soon. Do you really want to cause any more trouble for yourself? Yeah, maybe you're right. I think I'm man enough to take this one on the chin. Forgive and forget and all. Thanks to you, I'm in the clear. Can't thank you enough for what you did. Can't imagine it would have gone this well if I had asked anyone else. Because all that detective training you got really paid off. Hey, hold on. What's that supposed to mean? What'd you find out? What's that supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean? Finding a lost ring, that's child's play. For you, maybe. Fuck. I was pretty surprised when I heard, though. I mean, you? A detective? Okay, Tony, I've got places to be. Shit. Talk to me. Can I read too? Something I can help you with? No, not really. Fuck off. Well, shit. Hold up. There's something about what Tony just said. God, I asked you to help me out with this man. Guess all the detective training you got really paid off. How did he know I was a detective? Yeah, okay, thank you, game. It turns out this is probably a little more important. Can't just walk it off. How'd you find out about my past? Especially the part about me being a detective. Heard it from Dylan. Dylan? How the hell did he know? Thought you must have told him or something. I don't think I tell a guy like him all about my past. Haven't told anyone living in this building about that. That's so. Just figured that kind of info must have come straight from you. Looks like I've crossed the line, huh? Oh, wow. Is that the time? I gotta be in an audition. Gotta catch you later, man. An audition? Yeah, if I make it through, I'm gonna get me a live gig. If that happens, drinks are on me. Tony makes his way along the hallway and heads down the stairs towards the lobby. I won't hold my breath for those drinks. Something about what Tony said. What was it? Yeah, how the fuck does Dylan know? How does Dylan know about my past? It's my pager. Gotta get back to my room. Down the hall to 202. Let's do it. Here we go. Basically the same fucking position as Wish. 215. Same fucking position, just different number. Alright, who the fuck wants me to call them? Probably Red Crown. Yo. Suppose I should give Rachel a call. Yo, nice boat. This is Red Crown. How can I help you? It's me. What's up? Ed's just got back. I'll pass you over. What is it, Ide? There's something we need to discuss. Yeah, well, it's a little late to start apologizing. I don't care how much you grovel. I'm not going back on my decision. It's not about me getting fired, Ed. What the hell is it about? It's about an order that made its way to me directly. What? There was an order sheet in my room when I got back yesterday. Message on it was vague. It goes like this. Find the Scarlet Star that disappeared in Hotel Cape West 25 years ago. You sure you got your facts straight? Order shouldn't come directly to you after all. As far as the clients are concerned, they don't even know Kyle Hyde. You haven't been spreading what we deal with behind the scenes, have you? What do you take me for, an idiot? Whatever. Ignore that order sheet. In case you forgot, Red Crown ain't your concern anymore, so just drop it. You can take that piece of paper and burn it. But Ed, plus it sounds like a bogus order to me. Think about it. Who's gonna be after something that went missing 25 years ago? Just drop it. Besides, you've got more important things to do, like finding a job. Ed. I'm hanging up. Fucking listen to me, bastard! Bogus order? Even if it does turn out to be bogus, how do you make its way to me? Speaking of strange, Tony heard I was a detective from Dylan of all people. Something's not quite right about all this. I think it's time Dylan and I got better acquainted. Yo, Dylan, where the fuck are you? I don't know what room he's in. I guess it's time to find out. I guess I'll just walk down the hall. If any cutscene happens, I'll go try upstairs, because wasn't he coming from, like, upstairs? I don't know. I know no one's on the 4th floor. There's someone in the hallway. It's him. There he is. Yo, what up? You got a moment? I got some questions I'd like to ask you. Questions to ask me? Yeah. Let me bend your ear for a bit. You're gonna tell me what it's about? Tony from 201 told me that you were blabbing about me once being a detective. That's right, I did mention to him. But he came and asked me about it first. He asked you about me? Right. It must have been about 2 weeks back. I was called to his room to take care of a door that wouldn't close properly, and after I fixed it, he asked if I'd like to grab a drink. That's when he started asking about you. I remember him asking if I knew anything about you. How do you know in the first place? Care to tell me how you knew I used to be a detective? Just cropped up one day. Cropped up? What's that supposed to mean? Saw your name in an old newspaper article. In an article? Right. It was an article about an undercover investigation, but in New York. When I read through, I noticed the name Kyle Hyde. I also noticed that you shot an undercover cop. One that was on the take. Not exactly through and through blue. When was the newspaper dated? I think it was from around 4 years back. Okay. Why did Tony want to know about me? He was going on about how he'd like to become your friend, and just wanted to know if I knew anything about you. So, naturally, when he asked, I told him what I knew. All I said to him was that you're an ex-detective who works as a salesman. Where'd you find this newspaper? Let me think. It was just a coincidence. I stumbled across that paper. Fuck. Finding an old newspaper with stuff about me was a coincidence? Do you really expect me to buy that story? Honest, I was out on a job at the time. Out on a job? Yeah, I'm in the plumbing and repair business, so I often get sent out on jobs. Find myself in buildings and offices a lot. I even fix windows occasionally too. Thinking back, when I saw that article, I had just moved back from New York and was doing a job in someone's bathroom. People had just moved in, and there was stuff all over the place, including an old newspaper someone left lying around. I just had lunch and thought I'd give it a read. That's when I saw your name. How far back was this? I don't know, 3 months. So, are you done with all the questions? Yeah, for now. Huh. Who's there? Ugh, here we go. You really should take your chat elsewhere. You're blocking the hallway. Sorry. Kindly get out of my way. Frank. Miserable old guy's Frank Raver. He occupies room 302 and has a tendency to skulk around late at night. Yeah, you would hear that shit. Memory serves, you're Kyle Hyde, a guy living in the apartment below you, who incidentally has to put up with a racket you make at walking around all night. I don't appreciate being accused of things, Mr. Hyde. This building may be old, but it's solid and unlikely to cause such disturbance. I'm telling you, I can hear every one of your footsteps loud and clear. Sometimes I can't even get a wink of sleep while you're stamping around. Looks like I misjudged you, Mr. Hyde. Heidi Pegg's the kind of guy who'd have more important things on his mind. Meaning what, Mr. Raver? Mr. Hyde is just trying to say that he's noticed some noise coming from your room. He's not trying to start an argument with you. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Hyde? Yeah, I'm just saying. Well, I suppose I can try to take a little more care late at night. Gee, thanks. Bit of a cranky old timer we got here. While we're all here, I had a matter to bring to your attention, Dylan. You did? Yes, it seems that someone left trash by the fire door on the 4th floor again. Not again. Who would be so careless? It's a good question. But more importantly, we wouldn't want an incident like before, now would we? I recommend you get up there and clear it up right away. Will do. Thank you, Dylan. Frank goes back into his room and disappears from sight. Which reminds me, I never got around to check that out the 4th floor. Take care of the repair work on the 4th floor too? Certainly do. But I thought the whole floor was disused. That's why it's out of bounds. All the rooms up there are remnants from when this place was a hotel. Fire door was sealed to prevent access though. Having problems all the way up there just adds to the hassle. It's the last place we want things to go wrong. I'm gonna have to leave you, Mr. Hyde. I have to get up there and sort this out. Go fucking ask for lowered rent. We're being paid. Dylan heads up the stairs. What's up on the 4th floor? Now my curiosity's really piqued. Let's fucking go. I got nothing else better to do. It's not like I need to go to the Red Crown anytime today. Looks like Dylan's already here. What are you doing up here, Mr. Hyde? I didn't think it was crime to wander up here once in a while. That's true. Frank said something about some trash, though. Yes, or I already took care of it, though. It was just a flyer from an old newspaper. No great shakes. Someone made their way up here just to dispose of something like that. You'd be surprised, but it does happen from time to time. It's things like this that really get to me. Just another one of the many problems with a building anyone can get into. In my opinion, you're asking for trouble if people can just walk in off the street. What kind of incident was Frank referring to? Sorry, I don't follow. Just now outside room 302, Frank Raver said something about an incident. So that something happened up here on the 4th floor. Ah, right, that. Care to share some details? It was nothing. Is that right? Yes, nothing you need to worry about. Oh, okay, I've got to make a move. Dylan makes his way to the stairs and descends out of sight. Now I know something's up. He seemed caught off guard when I asked. I've got an idea. The rooms up here have been left as they were when it was Hotel Cape West. I wouldn't mind having a better look around. Hell yeah, Hyde. It's time to go fucking snooping. Oh, that's going down. Looks like there's some sort of control panel attached to the wall. Switches on the control panel are both on the on position. Alright. Nothing else going on in this wall, like, whatsoever. Weird. 3 cardboard boxes are stacked up on the cabinet. Taped up, so I can't look inside. Shame too, I bet it would have been thrilling. Okay. Guess I'll try out the hallway. 4th floor hallway is blocked by a hefty looking fire door. Let's see if the thing's locked or not. Come on. Do it. Oh shit. Damn. This can't be good. Now the alarms are ringing. Fuck. Shit. Turn it off, turn it off. Looks like there's some sort of control panel. Switches are on the control panel, both set to on. Bet if I use those switches, I can stop that damn bell ringing. Flip that shit. Flip that shit. Fuck. Flip that. No. Just fucking cut it. Keep flipping back, maybe one at a time. Oh, fuck you. Alright, what's my fucking pause button? Alright, found it. Let's fucking do this shit again. Okay. So that is some jank ass DS shit where if you're holding both sides, you're actually holding the middle. You don't actually press the other switch, you go in the middle and that selects both. Cause it thinks you're fucking jank as shit DS garbage. Oh my god. I had to do that again? Ah, at least I knew from Hotel Dusk what to do. Stopped. Not a moment too soon either. Huh. Someone's coming. You again. So hi, what have you done? Yeah, about that. Kinda made a judgment error and set off the alarm. Judgment error? Like you thought you'd open a door and start snooping around inside. Yeah, you got me. This is bad. Real bad. What? Miss Patrice? Mrs. Patrice. Told you this was bad. Dylan, care to explain what's going on here? For one, why was the alarm ringing just now? Well, let me explain. And just what were you doing up here, Mr. Hyde? I was just... well, it's not what you think, Mrs. Patrice. And kindly explain it to me. The alarm went off because I thought it would be a good idea to conduct a test to see if the system was working properly. A test? At this time of day? Yes. Isn't that what happened, Mr. Hyde? Thanks for covering my ass. Damn. It's just like you said, a test. Dylan asked me to give him a hand while he set it up. I see. Yeah, I asked him to help. Just figured that even though you're going to be leaving soon, be a good idea to make sure the safety measures are still working. Good thinking, Dylan. Can't tell you how grateful I am for taking such good care of the building. Now if you'll excuse me. Mags walks away and goes downstairs. Thanks for covering for me there. It's not a problem. Now you're off the hook. You might want to head back downstairs. Guess he's right. Think I'll go take it easy in my room. Hey, shit, it's 4 o'clock. Time to go watch some news shit. After I return from the 4th floor, I decide to take a load off and relax on the sofa. Still can't shake the mystery surrounding that order sheet I got. 4 o'clock already. Just in time to catch that show about Hugh Speck on TV. Old cartoon on. Japanese spies. Don't think I watched this much as a kid. Today on 5 News, we take a look back at Hugh Speck's career, from LAPD officer to candidate for LA mayor. Hugh Speck comes straight from the ranks of LA's finest, where he had a long and distinguished career. While in the LAPD, he cracked many high-profile cases. He even stamped out incidents of police corruption. One of his more famous cases happened in the 1950s. A crime ring named Condor was responsible for the multiple jewel thefts all over LA. Speck was tirelessly in his efforts to bring Condor down. Then, 13 years ago, Speck entered the world of politics. As a politician, he continued down his path of justice. One could say that Speck was destined to lead this city. The election ahead will be very interesting indeed. This is Robert Harrison for 5 News, signing off. Hugh Speck. He was an officer in the LAPD during the incident involving my old man. It's true that, back in the day, he solved his fair share of cases, but in one surrounding my dad, Officer Speck had a far lesser role to play. Okay, now how am I going to keep myself occupied? Still plenty of time until dinner. Maybe I'll take a trip down to Lucky Cafe and grab a coffee. Before I take a trip down, I need a fucking drink. Alright, it has been, I've been reading for a little bit, so yeah, throat issues and all that, and talking. So, whatever. Let's go down to cafe, which I do know is on the 1st floor. I saw it on my way yesterday. I recognize that guy over there. He's, some douchebag. Look at that fucking shirt. What a chode. Hello there. Hi. Definitely know this guy. He's on the 3rd floor and got hired from room 202, aren't you? Yeah. And you're Charles. Charles? Yes, Charles. Is there something wrong with my name? Ah, no, I get it. You forgot again, didn't you? You got me, kid. But it's coming back to me. Full name's Charles... I can't read... Jeanette? Janae? I don't fucking know. Exactament? Fuck you. Might be a good idea to make a note of it or something, though. There's only 9 people in this building. Shouldn't be too hard to learn their names. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, kid. Some people find it very rude if you forget their name, you know? Trust me, I don't forget names on purpose. They just seem to slip through the cracks. I don't go around presuming everyone remembers me either. Interesting attitude. Thank you, Mr. Hyde. That helps me understand the kind of person you are better. Glad to hear it. Try to make the effort to remember my name from now on, yes. When I forget a person's name, I feel terrible inside. I don't. I hear you loud and clear. I just forget their name for months on end and never learn it again. His name is Charles whatever. He came over as an exchange student from France about a year ago. Oh, he is actually French. Well, that explains that. Fuck your shirt, though. You're a douchebag. According to Betty, he has dreams of becoming a big-time movie director. You're buddies with Billy, who used to live in 205, right? Yes, that's right. I remember Betty telling me a while back. Betty's lovely, isn't she? It's a shame that we won't be living in the same building as her for much longer. We've all got to leave this place after all. Thanks for the reminder. Hey, I heard the alarm bell ringing earlier. Do you know what happened? That's just a test. Nothing special. A test? But it might have been something a little more exciting. Here we go again, I thought. Have you a moment? What do you think had happened? I thought it was happening all over again. What was? You know, like the panic about the fire from 2 weeks ago. Thought it was another fire. There was a fire here 2 weeks ago? Didn't you hear about that, Mr. Hyde? I didn't hear a thing, but then again I was away on a trip at a time. Happened around lunchtime on a weekday. Do you know where the fire broke out? Yes, it was up by the staircase on the 4th floor. Interesting. Yes. I heard that someone came into the building and started it. Luckily, someone spotted it and put it out right away. So the building didn't suffer any lasting damage. Better question, who the fuck started the fire? Who put out the fire? Mr. Raver? Frank Raver from 302? Yes, that's him. Mr. Raver hadn't noticed the fire. Who knows what might have happened? By the way, Mr. Hyde, what are you going to do after you leave this place? I haven't quite worked that out yet. Me neither. I haven't even started looking for a new apartment. I really like this place, despite it being a little rolled and run down. You and me both, kid. I'll see you later, Mr. Hyde. Charles says goodbye and leaves. If I'm not mistaken, then the cafe's over here. Hey, some fine smelling food. Huh? It's Frank. You again. I'm bumping into you a lot lately, Mr. Hyde. Mr. Raver. Good timing. I have some things I'd like to ask you. What is this, an ambush? Charles told me that you came across a fire on the 4th floor 2 weeks back. Yes, I did. What about it? Are you in the habit of wandering around in out-of-bounds areas? What can I say? I get bored easily. I don't have a job to go to anymore either. Plus, it's good for my health to climb up and down the stairs. I thought for a moment you had something interesting to ask me. Goodbye. Frank slips away towards the staircase. Cafe time. Who dat? Lucky's Cafe, best food and raw caffeine in town. It's worth the trip downstairs just for the aroma of freshly ground coffee. Hi. Welcome to Lucky's Cafe. Oh, Mr. Hyde, nice to see you. Today's coffee is straight Guatemala mineral roast. Sounds good. I'll take one of those, coarsely ground and black. Gotcha. Can I get you something to go with that? That's the $1,000,000 question. Maybe I could tempt you with today's special dessert. I've only got one left. Made it myself, which makes it an extra special. Yeah, why not? I'm sure you won't regret it. Claire. Perky waitress is Claire Regan, daughter of the cafe owner. Always cheery and keeps the customers coming back. Yeah, I see why they keep coming back. Guess you'll be taking your regular spot, right? Right. I have a habit of always sitting in the same seat when I come here. Sitting here enjoying a good coffee. A good coffee is one of the best things about this place. Here you go. Today's coffee and one of my special desserts. Fuck is that? My own homemade plum truffles. Took a ripe dried plum, filled it with a wonderfully fruity chocolate ganache, then coated it with a slightly bitter type of chocolate for an edgy flavor. It all adds up to a deliciously sweet dessert, Hope you like it, Mr. Hyde. Certainly looks tasty. Bon appetit. Claire drifts away from the table after delivering my order. There's an appetizing looking combination of coffee and dessert on the table. It's a fine aroma. Fragrant coffee takes me away from my troubles, if only for a while. Well, well, Mr. Hyde. Huh? Looks like I can't stay away from your coffee for too long, can I? Glad to hear it. How are you finding today's blend? Let me see. Full flavored, slightly bitter, and with a fine aroma to boot. Isn't it spectacular? Got my hands on some top-notch beans. A little darker, but ground coarsely and dripped slowly, giving it richer taste. Find it pays to add a little more than you think you need to. Well, it sure beats the instant crap. I'll take that as a compliment. Guy's name is Sidney Regan. Reagan, whatever. He's Claire's father, and he owns the place. He can dig his heels in when he wants, but he likes to talk and we get on well. Say, what did you think of the dessert? Be honest now. It was great. How great exactly? You know, just great. I thought you'd say something like that. For me, I find that adding some liquor really sets the taste apart from the rest. Liquor. Adding just the right amount boosts the impact of the ganache. Helps to balance the taste of the plums and cocoa too. If you tried a dessert I'd put together, chances are you'd be pining for another. How come you don't tell Claire all this? Don't get me wrong, it isn't like I haven't tried. She's just not interested in my take on recipes. Tells me to keep them to myself. She's in the habit of ignoring my good advice. Sometimes I think I can even see my ex-wife's personality poking through. By the way, Mr. Hyde, do you know the customer sitting over in the back? Which one? Him, over there. Guy in the sunglasses. Guy in the sunglasses? Shifty looking guy sitting in the back wearing sunglasses. Who the hell is that guy? It's a friend of yours, Mr. Hyde? Never laid eyes on him before. Strange, he seems to know all about you. What? Came around asking questions and everything. Just figured he must be a friend of yours. Looks like I got it all wrong, though. Sidney finishes speaking and leaves the table side. Who is that guy and how does he know about me? Yo, what the fuck is your deal? Hey, got a moment? That depends. Firstly, who the hell are you? Sidney said you know who I am, but I've never even met you before. Time to start talking, pal. Is that right? Yeah, why don't we begin with your name? Name's Foster. Rex Foster. So he calls himself Rex Foster. Must be the guy that called Mom and Rachel. Finally, got a face to put to the name I keep hearing. You've been busy making a lot of calls, it would seem. What are you after? I don't seem to remember asking for a guy like you to follow me around. Yeah, okay, you got me. Hey. Got a reason for staring at me? Something you want to say? Whatever. Got a reason for staring at me? Something on my face? Yeah, you could say that. Just thinking, you really have got the face of a detective. What's my face got to do with anything? Let's get back on track. What exactly do you want from me? About time you asked. I was hoping to ask you some questions is all. Questions? Yeah, to begin with, why'd you choose to live in this particular building? No reason, just kind of wound up here. Pull the other one, that's not the reason. You set up here because of the place once being Hotel Cape West. I've got no clue what he's babbling about. Made you think, did I? Let's try another question, shall we? Watch your attitude, buddy. Trying to hide the fact there was once some trouble today on the second floor, too. Okay, first off, how the fuck did you know I was a detective? Now that would be telling. Don't play the innocent with me. You better start me talking real quick. Let's just say a little bit of research on you went a long way. So you're researching me now, aren't you? Care to elaborate on that? Where the hell are you? Hey, easy. You're not the only person I'm looking into. Is that supposed to make me feel better? Can't really tell you anything right now. Speaking to you could be quite dangerous, Kyle. Cut the crap. And define dangerous. If you know too much, you might feel inclined to get in my way. And why would I want to get in your way? I don't even know you. Never said you do it on purpose, but guys like you just tend to get in my way. You're making less and less sense as you go along. You may have left the force to seek out a life without too much excitement, but guys like you just get a whiff of a case and switch right back to their old ways. And that's precisely why I can't afford to have you get in my way. Guys like me? You want to explain that to me? Well, I'm sure you understand just fine. Trouble? What are you talking about? So you're saying nothing happened, are you? Well, there was. There was something. That something was, something thought they'd been robbed. Someone thought. Really? You don't say. Turns out the person who started all the trouble was mistaken, though. Not that any of this has squat to do with you. Fair enough. Just wanted to ask. How does the guy think he is? That's me done. I'm leaving. Hey, hold it. Not so fast. Take it easy, Kyle. There's plenty of time for us to sit down and chat, you know? Rex says his piece and leaves. Who does that guy think he is? Mr. Hyde. Huh? So, who was that guy? Name's Rex Foster. Seems he's been gathering information about me. Why would he do that? Are you in some sort of trouble? Not that I know of. Wasn't a detective, was he? Trust me, he was no detective. More likely he's working for some lousy agency or a third-rate newspaper. Yeah, I guess you're right. Seems like a weirdo right from the moment I laid eyes on him. Sometimes he'd have his notebook open on the table. Seems like he thought of something, he'd write it down. Notebook. Yeah. Then he'd read his notes back to himself. Bugs me every time I see him. What made you think he was weird? For one, he's been coming here all the time, starting 2 or 3 days ago. Spending long hours with just a single cup of coffee, staring at my customers. And also, what's more? He goes around asking all kinds of questions, such as about stuff from the past mostly. Tell me about the notes. What kind of notes has he been making? When I took his coffee over once, I nearly caught a glimpse of his notes, but he noticed right away and snapped his notebook shut. Okay, stuff from the past. Asking about stuff from the past, like what? He tends to be fixated on the building's past, when it used to be a hotel. It's quite a while back. It is. He also asked me about something that happened 13 years ago. Never revealed his motives about why he was so interested in that particular event. What happened? What happened in the hotel 13 years ago? It's a tough question. I appreciate if you kept this to yourself. Mrs. Patrice asked me to avoid talking about it. Seemed especially keen to keep it from the people living in the apartments. What happened? I think I can trust you not to spread it around, Mr. Hyde. The truth be known, when this building was still a hotel, there was a murder here. Fucking sick. On top of that, the case was never solved. What do you know? An unsolved murder. What do you know about the incident? I don't think I'd better go into any more detail, Mr. Hyde. Come on, you told me this much. Thing is, someone involved in the incident is rather close to me. There are also those who are keen to forget about the incident once and for all. Please understand, I'm just not happy to continue discussing it. One more thing. What is it? That Rex Foster guy seems to be more after information. Seems to be after information concerning that murder. He could be a reporter. The more I think about it, the more it fits. Shady character like him would make a perfect reporter for one of those gossip mags. I'll bet money that's where he's from. Could be. Changing the subject, Mr. Hyde. Have you decided who's going to get your vote? I haven't quite made up my mind. Media seems to be focused on Hugh Speck, ex-congressman. Personally, I don't like the idea of him winning, though. Really? Why is that? Just find that guys like him with police backgrounds and such can be a bit suspicious. Got a friend who swears the guy was on the take during his days on the force. Said he was also into racketeering, among other things. Talk about Hugh Speck, right? I've never heard these rumors. Well, it's politics, right? Everyone's at least a bit corrupt. Won't be easy for whoever becomes mayor. Lowering the crime rate will be tough. Ain't that the truth? Say, did you hear about the robbery at the jeweler's near here yesterday? Sydney puts a newspaper down on the table. This kind of crime gives people like me the jitters. Reminds me of a very similar incident a while back. Dad? Yeah? We got orders queued up over here. Can you come back to the counter for a while? Sure thing. I'll be right over. Did he call, Mr. Hyde? I'll catch up with you another time. Mind if I take a look at this newspaper? Not a problem. Take your time. Sidney makes his way back behind the counter. Time for the news. Sidney's newspaper is on the table. And it reads, December 19th, 1980. New development in serial jewel robbery cases. Hey, is that a girl? With regard to the succession of jewel burglaries that have taken place recently, the Los Angeles Police Department announced a new lead. The culprit could be a jewelry theft ring called Condor, based on the information that a woman with a black hat had been witnessed at the crime scene before the incident. This group once frightened the whole nation, and there are fears that the reign of terror is beginning once more. Woman in this article. Sounds just like the woman I saw outside the building yesterday. Well, ain't that some coincidence bullshit? Things must have been more hectic than usual since yesterday. Guess there's only one thing for it. If I think back over the events, maybe I can clear a few things up. Oh, end of chapter. December 19th, 1980. My alarm clock woke me up as usual, but just after I got myself back to sleep, the phone rang and got me up again. When it woke me up with a ridiculously early phone call was, Jeannie. Right. It was Mom who decided it would be a good time to call then. She's currently living in New Jersey by herself. After I finished speaking with Mom, Rachel called. Both she and Mom had some very similar stuff to tell me. Both said, been called by Rex Foster. That's right. Both Rachel and Mom said that they received phone calls from the same caller. They said his name was Rex Foster, and they were keen to find out whether he was an acquaintance of mine or not. After catching the TV show about the candidate whose speech Ed went to hear, Tony got me caught up in some crazy situation, just like always. It was the second floor occupant that swore Tony stole her ring. Mary. Right. It was Mary from room 206. Somehow got into her head that Tony was a master jewel thief. I was coerced into taking a look around Mary's room to prove Tony's innocence. Turns out the ring had just fallen between some furniture. After I proved Tony was innocent, he expressed his gratitude. As we talked, he mentioned that he knew I used to be a detective. Tony got that info from Dylan. That's right. After squeezing in for facts, he finally told me that it came from Dylan. Dylan's the quiet guy who lives in 304. Takes care of the general repairs around here. Found my name in an article from a 4-year-old newspaper. Funny how coincidences like these seem to happen around me. As the day went on, I had the urge to go to Lucky's cafe downstairs. Figured I'd head down there, grab a coffee, and take a breather. Imagine my surprise at finding none other than Rex Foster there. Cafe owner told me Rex had been asking questions. He was asking about an incident 13 years ago. Right. The owner told me that Rex had asked about what happened 13 years ago, when the apartments were still a hotel. He turned out to be the same guy who'd been calling around for info about me. Now I find out he's after facts surrounding what happened in the past here. Unluckily for me, he chose not to let me in on his secret and left. December 19th, 1980. Despite the apartments being due to close, I spent the entire day embroiled in conversations with the other residents. It turned out to be pretty useful for gathering facts on past and present events here, especially the unsolved murder that happened 13 years ago. The sudden appearance of Rex Foster in the cafe today made me feel uneasy and sent my mind spinning back to the mysterious order sheet I found in my room. I think I'm just beginning to register the fact that there's something more to this building than meets the eye. There's some sort of secret to be found here, I'm sure of it.